Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the meeting number 26 of Spearhead Toastmaster. And I am Paramita De, Sergeant at Arms for today. We provide supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. You are now inside the code of conduct of a Toastmasters meeting. Please be advised that this meeting is being recorded and that it may not be possible to pause the recording. Please be advised that any behavior that disturbs the flow of the meeting will result in removal from the meeting room without any warning. Please ensure that your noise-making devices are either switched off or on silent mode. Please speak responsibly on religion, sex, and politics in your speeches. As far as possible, please keep your videos on, audio off, and applause flowing throughout. Be the kind of audience for others you would like to have for yourself. TMOD, TTM, and G, please ensure smart audio video check before handing over to the respective role players. Role players, please rename yourself as role player hyphen your name hyphen your club name. You may omit the club name if you are a member of a Spearhead Toastmasters. Please acquaint yourself with the role of the timer. The timer will use background change, sharing to indicate time using one of the three cards. Green means that you have reached the minimum qualifying time. Yellow indicates that it is a good time to start concluding. Red specifies that you have 30 seconds more or you will be disqualified. Individual session timing will be explained in due course of time. We encourage you to use Zoom emoticons generously to encourage role players. We sincerely request you not to send chat messages to everyone or the speaker on stage. In fact, refrain from chatting altogether and focus on the speaker. Reiterating, please stay on mute until specifically requested to unmute. Polls will be launched after each section and they will be closed after 30 seconds. Now, I would like to introduce the presiding officer today. He is none other than a leader, mentor, and the backbone of Spearhead Toastmasters, Mr. Rupinder Singh. Please welcome him with huge round of applause.
Thank you. Although I'll say you've got a very thick backbone, if I am the backbone. But welcome one and all to this meeting of Spearhead Toastmasters. My name is Rupinder and I am proud to be your presiding officer for today. I can see that we have some guests. So very quickly, I would like to welcome Ajay Kumar, who's visiting our club for the first time, Rajiv Kumar, who's visiting our club again for the first time. To the best of my knowledge, let's have a round of applause for both of them. We also have some regular guests. We consider them more to be family members and extended family. So I would like to take this opportunity to welcome distinguished Toastmaster A. Padma Kumar. Many congratulations, and the best way for him not to win a Table Topics Best Speaker Award is to give him a role, because then we can say you're already a role player, we can't give you a topic. But I look forward to listening to your table topic today, sir. I also welcome from a club for whom I was a very proud area director, TCS Maitri Gurgaon Toastmasters Club. Toastmaster, or should I say distinguished Toastmaster, not distinguished yet, still some way to go. Soon to be distinguished Toastmaster, Nitin Pathak. Let's have a round of applause for him. And our grammarian today is played by one of the most enthusiastic Toastmasters that I know. From our sister club, Toastmaster Priyamvada Mehta. Most welcome, everyone. Now, there are 13 people in this room. It takes 14 to organize a contest. If you look at it, it takes a minimum of 14 people to organize a contest. You don't believe me? There's a contest chair. You have 2 timers. That makes it 3. 2 sergeants at arm. That makes it 5. And you have 2 ballot counters, 7. You have a chief judge, a tie-breaking judge, and there are 5 other voting judges. That makes it 7, and 7 plus 7 makes it 14. If it is an evaluation contest, you will also have a target speaker, and that will make it 15. Fact is that minimum of 40 people are required for a successful contest. And the fact is that many times I have been a chief judge in a contest where there are only two contestants. You can understand the level of demotivation it is for people who take time off from their work. Nobody is getting paid to be a judge or a ballot counter or a contest chair. They're all coming here because of their love for Toastmasters. So in order to encourage more and more participation, Area Director Divit Mittal in his infinite wisdom decided to have all about contests as a theme. It is a theme that I am very supportive of. I only wish there were more than 13 people. What I'll do is that in the background, I will ask people to join while Nimit Mittal will regale you with his theme all about contests. I'm going to do a very quick audio video check for Nimit. Nimit, can you confirm your audio and video?
Hello, Rupinder. Am I audible and visible?
You're audible, you're visible. Nimit Mittal, all about contests. Nimit Mittal.
Thank you very much, Rupinder, and giving me the feel of being a contestant myself and introducing me that way. And yes, it is indeed a very interesting aspect of Toastmasters, I must say. 2020 World Cup recently concluded. Although India could not go the distance, but we all enjoyed the matches and the contests we had in that World Cup. Let alone sports, we have been associated with and participated in so many contests throughout our lives, be it at school, at college, and even at work among our fellow colleagues, isn't it? I would like to take a moment and ask you all that why can't we simply just go about our task in life and get the result out of it? Why do we need competition? Why do we need contests in our life? Simply to just add added pressure on ourselves? Why do we need them? Can anyone please unmute and speak their thoughts? If you want, you can also use the chat window and share your thoughts there.
Motivation, because we are not self-motivated, we get kicked from the motivation or the competition.
Okay, that's one. Thank you. Anyone else? Would like to hear from you, Padmaja, first.
Sure.
Any
Am I
content,
audible?
it will give you that.
Okay. Yes. Sorry.
Was somebody speaking?
Yeah, please go ahead. Go ahead. Sir.
Yeah. Okay. So, to my mind, contest is our way of benchmarking ourselves. We know that in the contest, we are likely to encounter the best of the best. So when we benchmark ourselves against or in comparison with the best of the best, we know how far we have to go.
Thank you very much. So benchmarking, that is self-assessment and motivation. Any other quick thoughts? Otherwise, I'll just continue then. You can also share your thoughts on the chats for everyone.
I believe contest is like it gives you that extra reason to perform well and give your best. And normally you will be going on with your life. But if you have something like this, you can actually give more than your 100% because of a reason.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Rupinder is also raising his hand.
See, Toastmasters focuses on two aspects, communication and leadership. For leadership, we have a benchmark, like Padma said. You can choose to become a club officer and then an area officer, district officer. Contests, I think, serve as the equivalent for your speaking abilities. Strictly speaking, in a Toastmasters context. Just to put it in numbers, the international speech contest, 35,000 people contest for it. Yet if you make it to the finals of your district, then you are among the 6 to 12 best speakers in your district. And that's counting for a lot because a district would typically have 3,000 to 5,000 members. If you make it to the semifinals, then you're 6 of the best speakers in the world. Because only 6 people out of 35,000 make it there. And I assume that the other population minus the 35,000 did not think themselves capable of contesting. That's how I like to look at it.
Thank you very much for enlarging our
I was
vision.
just going to finish with this. That 35,000
Okay.
people contest in the international speech contest. Just by deciding that you are going to contest in the international speech contest and going onto the stage and contesting, you're among the top less than 0.00001% of the population. And that counts for something.
Wow,
Plus, if
that
I
is
may
amazing
add,
insight. Yeah, yes, please.
if I may add a scientific basis to this, we know that when we get into a contest, there is adrenaline flow because of the excitement. There is an adrenaline flow in our body, and a certain amount of adrenaline is very functional in bringing out our best. We commonly talk about it as butterflies in our stomach, but actually it is the chemical flow in our brain that results in this butterfly feeling in our stomach. And that is really functional and brings out our best. So that's another point in favor of contests.
Absolutely. So I have gathered so many points, and we all are listening to such beautiful points. And that is the reason we should be always challenging ourselves. So many points there from all the stalwarts, but obviously there is a substantial experience gain as well. You tend to showcase your skills, you become a stronger character in life, you build connections and networks in that process, you evaluate yourself, and is of course you try to find your true potential. So many points in addition to what they said. Well, contests are very important in every walk of our life. We find them everywhere. So how can Toastmasters be left behind? Speech contests are an important part of the educational program here, and they provide an opportunity for contests to gain speaking experience and assess oneself, as well as the opportunity for other Toastmasters to learn by observing proficient speakers. And contests in Toastmasters are a very well organized and planned events, which are coordinated by contest chair, chief judge, tie breaking and the voting judges, tally counters, timers, and tech masters, right? And so is the Toastmasters meeting and today's meeting. It is too is well organized and planned, and will give you the glimpse of 3 aspects of communication development at Toastmasters, which is in line with the 3 contests we have this year. The prepared speech section corresponding to the international speech contest, the table topics section corresponding to table topics contest, and the evaluation section corresponding to the evaluation speech contest. We will understand more about these contests in due course, but let me introduce you to the most important person of this meeting. It is not me. Just like we have the chief judge as the most important contest official in a contest, we have the general evaluator of this meeting, who is the most important person of this very meeting. So let us bring Toastmaster Surjit Lakhnotra on the stage with a huge round of applause, and would like to ask him why he think that apart from the contest, all the role players too have a lot to learn. Toastmaster Surjit, who is the bright spark of Spearhead Toastmasters and Division M in particular, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Nimit Mittal. So I agree with you that in contest, everyone learns from the contest, whether it is a role player or judges or chief judge or any other role players. So everybody has learned something learned from that contest. So good afternoon, fellow Toastmaster, distinguished guests, and fellow Toastmasters. I am journal evaluator for today. Every meeting has a evaluator for the same reason. Every year ends with a report card. As a general evaluator, my role is to evaluate the meeting as a whole and provide a comprehensive report on what went good, but didn't, and how we can improve. And I am not alone in this task. My tech team helped me in this task. So first tag role is timer. And we have timer for today is Pallavi. Tech Master, can you highlight or spotlight Pallavi? So typically a prepared speech is timed for 5 to 7 minutes, and she will show a green card at 5 minutes, yellow card at 6 minutes, and red card at 7 minutes. And there will be a grace period of 30 seconds on either side. Table topic speakers are required to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. She will show green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1 minute, 30 seconds, and red card at 2 minutes. And there will be a grace period of 30 seconds on upper side. Speech evaluators are allotted 2 to 3 minutes for their evaluation. And she will show green card at 2 minutes, yellow card at 2 minutes, 30 seconds, and red card at 3 minutes. And there will also a grace period of 30 seconds on either side. Second tag role is Rama Chopade. Our counter, Rama Chopade. She will note down the as, pause, filler words, also repetitions and filler words used by the speakers and role players. Filler words are words like, you know, I mean, right, well, so, and also unintentional sound like or will be noted down by her. Third tag role is grammarian. And we have grammarian for today is Premada. She will note down the good and not so good uses of the language as well as grammatical error made by the speakers and role player. Now I request Premada, please share the word of the day. Premada, you are unmuted.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters. It is my duty to provide you with the word of the day. The word of the day is victor, a person or thing that wins in a game or competition. The synonyms of victor are winner, champion, conqueror, hero. It can be used as in a sentence, for example, history is written by victors. I request everyone to acknowledge the usage of the word of the day with a thumbs up. I will submit my report in the evaluation session. Thank you so much. Over to you, Journal Evaluator.
Thank you, Premada, for providing us the word of the day. Now I would request everybody to use word of the day. I will submit my report in the evaluation session along with my tag team. Now I will hand over the stage back to our Toastmaster of the day, Nimit Mitra.
Thank you very much, Mr. General Evaluator and your team of Timer, Counter, Grammarian. You indeed all are victors because you have taken your time out and are helping us to become better communicators and leaders today. Let's move on with the theme. Well, speech contests are definitely a tradition at Toastmasters. In each year, thousands and thousands of Toastmasters, like Rupinder was just mentioning, around 30,000, more than 30,000 of Toastmasters compete in this contest. Well, competition begins at club level and the winners continue and go on to compete in the area, division, and district levels. The winners of district international speech contests, however, proceed to the region quarterfinals and ultimately at the World Championship of Public Speaking. And this is where Rupinder was sharing about all the facts and figures. I request him to please come for a short moment and share his own very experience, because he's the one in this room who has been there and done that. Can you please come up, Rupinder, and share just a glimpse of your experience of WCPS?
Well, for a first timer, the international speech contest can be overwhelming. And I'll tell you a story. They have this first timers conference there, where the CEO of Toastmasters International, currently a person who answers to the name of Daniel Rex, he goes about asking questions. Now I'm sitting there minding my own business, and he comes and sits right next to me. He asks me a question, Rupinder. He asked me, "What is your name?" And I said, "My name is Rupinder." And he says, "Why are you here, Rupinder?" And believe me, I did not think of a better answer at that point. The one thing that went out of my mouth was, "I'm here to win the World Championship of Public Speaking." The entire room was gasping. And then I realized that apart from myself, there were 120 other people who had come there with the same intent. Obviously, that never came to fructify, but it can make you nervous. It can be an overwhelming experience when you get up on stage and speak in front of 500 to 700 people in the semifinal, or the about 2,500 to 3,000 people in the final. It can be an overwhelming experience, but it is also a learning experience. One of the key lessons that I learned when I was there was from time to time look at the camera, because you will not be able to make eye contact with 500 or 3,500 people, but you can make eye contact with the camera, and that camera will make eye contact for you, because not all of those people are looking at the stage. A lot of them are looking at the screens next to them or in front of them. That was one thing that I learned. It is a learning experience. You get to meet so many people from around the world, and you make so many friends. Before I went, I had about 1,000 friends. When I came back, I had more than 2,500. Right now, I have about 3,500 friends on Facebook. Hope that helps.
Thank you very much, Rupinder. And we are indeed very fortunate to have you around and who help us all every time, right? And we are indeed learning from one of the best. And thank you very much for sharing your insights and experience of that event. And I look forward to many people from our clubs in near future competing at that level. And so let us move on and talk more about the international speech contest. So international speech contests are a 5 to 7 minute prepared speech contest where the contestants prepare a 5 to 7 minute speech, and the title has to be chosen by the contestant himself. And the speech not necessarily has to be from Pathways, right? And as far as the contest is concerned, as we are in this virtual mode at this moment, so we don't really need breakout room setup there. So we all can be in the same main room and um, enjoy the speeches of the other fellow contestants. And but then there is important factor to it is the eligibility criteria, and for this in the Pathways new program, so you need to complete at least the level 2 of Pathways to be eligible for this contest. Apart from that, you should be obviously a paid member of the club, and your club should be in a good standing as well. And the current or the past district and international officers cannot take part in the contest. And at Spearhead Toastmasters, we have this international speed contest on February 20. So still got some time for the club members to be eligible for that contest and compete for the prize. And we have someone in this room who is vying for that and is on his journey to prepare and be eligible for the contest. He is Toastmaster Harshil, who is ready with his prepared speech today. But before I call him upon, let us meet his evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder Singh.
Toastmaster Harshal is going to deliver his evaluation and feedback, the first speech. And the purpose of the speech is for the member to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator, that is me. Timer, please note that the time allotted to the speech is 5 to 7 minutes, 30-second grace on either side. I wish all the best to Speaker Harshal, and I give the stage back to Toastmaster of the Day, Nimit.
Thank you very much. So Toastmaster Harshal is although one of the newest entrant at our club, but definitely making a mark not only at the club level, but also in the entire area and the division levels. He has been very active and very supportive of these contests, and he feels that it is the contests which help you think on your feet and strive and become better after every session, after every event. On that note, let us welcome can we have the Toastmaster Harshal on the spotlight? And first we will do a quick audio video check. Hi Harshal, can we hear you?
Hi Toastmaster Nimit, TM Modi Nimit. I hope I'm audible and I'm visible.
Yes, you are audible and visible clearly. Thank you very much. So Toastmaster Harshal, my guiding light, Toastmaster Harshal.
Have you ever felt lost in life? Have you ever felt a need of a mentor, a person, or a book that could guide you what you need to do in your life, where you need to focus your energy on, that could guide you on the right path before it's too late? Now, I'm sure you must be wondering why I'm being so philosophical and setting such a somber tone to the speech on a bright Sunday afternoon. Maybe you can blame it on my midlife crisis, right? No, please don't. I know all of you must have started speculating my age. Come on, do I actually look like a 45-year-old? No ways. I'm not 45 and I'm nowhere nearing it. But yeah, lately, my mind has been surrounded by such questions. I'm constantly evaluating my professional and personal life, lesser in terms of my achievements, but more in terms of my failures. How things would have been different had they been done differently. The regrets about my past mistakes, the wrong decision that I have taken in my life till date. Howsoever hard I tried to snap out of those thoughts, I couldn't. I watched YouTube channels, TED Talks, spoke to my friends. All that gave me that momentary peace. But after some time, I'm plagued by all those thoughts all over again. But then, to my rescue, I stumbled upon this amazing book, Tuesday with Morrie. I mean, it's about an old man, a young man, and the life greatest lesson. It's about a professor named Morrie Schwartz, who after contracting a deadly disease, still chose to live his life to the fullest. He tried to share his life lessons with his favorite student, Mitch, on every Tuesdays of the week. He asked Mitch, list down all the problems, all the questions, all the challenges that you are facing in life and you are seeking answers to. He had an interesting take and a different outlook of life altogether. He made Mitch listen to his important life lesson. Morrie talked about various aspects and from his own experience of his life and some of the lessons which could be useful for Mitch. And I'll be sharing a couple of those lessons which were actually impacted my life as well. So Mori talked about regrets in one's life, how most of the people end up chasing the materialistic pleasure without stepping back or for a single time and question themselves, is this what I wanted in my life? Am I happy for what all I have achieved till date in my life? Mori also talked about self-pity, the feel he was experiencing himself, being bedridden. He even needed help to even wipe his ass off after using the washroom. But he never allowed it to last more than a few tears every morning. He just restricted himself to not feel bad about himself and just continue with the life and think about the positivity in his life for whatever is left. He strongly advocated for forgiveness. He said, forgive yourself first and then forgive others. For all the things that we didn't do, for all the things we should have done, for all the things, all the regrets of what should have happened if things were done differently. We need to make peace with ourselves and with the world around us. When I was reading this book and going through the conversation, I could instantly connect to the extent that I felt I stepped into Mitch's boot and asking these questions to Mori myself. I could relate each and every aphorisms of Mori's to my own life, be it the regret of not studying well for the entrance exams or in the B school, having a self-pity for having to leave the dream career or the failed relationship I had to go through. I could hear him giving an answer to all these questions of mine. I'm an overthinker. I accept it. And I have a bad habit of overthinking about events in the past. What I could have done differently. Was it was my fault or was it the situation? Am I the one who needs to be blamed for the condition which I'm into right now? All this lead to opening of floodgates of emotions, regrets, and unrest. And here the words of Mori about forgiveness acted as an elixir. For me, this book, Tuesday with Mori, truly acted as a guiding light and has become my go-to book for each and every trouble in my life or whenever I'm seeking some answers from my life. I'm sure all of us at some point in life surrounded by such questions, some thoughts, some regrets about past, feeling sorry about ourselves, trying to live in hindsight. But to everyone, I would say this is absolutely normal and human to do so. And I would like to conclude and say that we should and you should also try to find the guiding light, just like I did. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Harshil, for that enlightening speech, with the guide, sharing with us that what has been your guiding light. And I really hope that we all have a guiding light in our lives as well. If not, we can identify that very quickly. So moving on, we can have a minute of silence, and in this meanwhile, we can please share our feedbacks of Toastmaster Harshil and his speech to him on one-to-one chat. Timer, please let me know once 1 minute is over. I would also like to correct myself when I shared about the eligibility of the international speech contest. I said that you need to be level 2 or above. Yes, that is the case, but not for any chartering member of the club. If you are a chartering member of the club, you may not complete the level 2, and yet you would be eligible for the contest.
It is charter members of a club chartered in the last 1 year.
Hmm.
So, for example, in this club, Paramita would be eligible even if she has not completed a level 2 because she was a chartered member. Harshal, on the other hand, is not a chartered member. He joined late. So he will have to complete his level 2 in order to contest.
Thank you very much, Rupinder. Timer, please confirm if a minute is over.
It's done. Yeah, it's over. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so now let us move on with yet another contest. Table topics contest. Here, the contestants would be given one single topic, which would be generic in nature, which is chosen by the contest chair. But here, you all cannot be in the same room. Except for the first contestant, all are moved to a separate breakout area and would be drawn from there to the main room one by one, so that there is no cheating or anything. It is all fair to everyone because there would be one single topic for everyone. For this contest, the only eligibility you need is to be a paid member of the club, and the club should be in a good standing. And again, any district or the international officer cannot compete in this contest. At Spearhead Toastmasters, we have this contest on 28th of November, which is around the corner, and you can all, who are the members of this club, can nominate yourselves to take part in that. And to give you good practice of the table topics, we have the table topics section lined up for you, headed by our table topics master, Toastmaster Nitin, who is the Vice President Education of TCS Maitri Toastmasters Club, Gurgaon. And he feels about the contest that we need support to improve, but we need challenges to become a champion. So let us have the table topics master, Nitin, on the stage.
Thank you so much, Madam, Mr. T-Mod, fellow Toastmasters and future Toastmasters. A very good afternoon to all of you. I hope you're enjoying your Sunday evening, and I'll be serving as your table topic master come contest chair for today. I'll try to replicate how a table topics contest will take place. So you'll get a brief mock section of what you will be facing next week. I will need help from some of you for accomplishing this. Before that, I would like to ask, by a show of hands, you can raise your virtual hands as well. How many of us has never participated in a Toastmasters contest? Anyone who has not participated ever in a Toastmasters contest? 2, 3, few people. All right.
If no one answers, let me know. I'll start taking names.
All right, that will be cool. So let's try to replicate what table topic contest would be.
Okay, table topic master, you can include the names Pallavi, Priyamvada, Pratima, Shikha. I think Hina's participated.
All right, cool, great. Thanks, Rupinder, for all this added information. In a table topic contest, like Nimit mentioned, there'll be one topic which will be handled for everyone. It'll be very generic in nature. And when we say generic, it will be a very corny quote, very boring quote, which no one likes, but you have to hear over and over again. Those kinds of quotes will be given to you as a part of table topic contest. There'll be one quote which will be for everyone. The first participant will remain in the room. The remaining will be breakout room. So they don't know what you are speaking or not speaking. And I'm glad, Pallavi, you shared the screen, because my next cue would have been for you. So while a speaker is speaking, other people will be in breakout room, and they will not listen to what the speaker is speaking. Subsequently, second speaker, third speaker will come in the main room, will be given the same topic, and will speak on that for 2 minutes. This will be the entire scenario until all the speakers have spoken. Like I said, we'll try to replicate how the situation will be. So I would request Pallavi to keep sharing her screen for the entire duration, because in the contest, a timer screen will be shared for the entire duration. And please keep the screen right now on the gray screen, or the blank screen, white screen, whichever you have. Pallavi, could you please keep sharing the screen? And move it to the gray screen or the blank screen instead of the one which does not have any color. If you are facing trouble, I could request you to just share your screen without even being on the full screen mode. You can just continue sharing your screen. And the technical glitches are part of contest, so that's another experience we are facing.
Any other prerequisite you need, Mr. Table Topics Master?
No, that's it. I want the tabletop, like in contest, I want the screen to be shared for the entire duration.
Do you also need breakout room?
No, not the moment. We can probably, because we have separate topics right now, so I guess that will work. And I'll try to keep topics as generic as possible. All right, thanks, Pallavi. Just could you please press the arrow keys, up and down arrow keys, to move your screen. See if it's happening right now. If you want, you can get out of the full screen mode of your presentation. That's also
Pallavi, fine. Just show the green card now. You're showing the white card. Just show the green card.
I'm guessing Pallavi is the first time timer, and she's already put into a lot of pressure.
That's okay. Pallavi, can you show the green card?
Sure. 1 moment.
If you want, you can get out of here. This is also fine if you want. If you're okay, you don't have to go to the full screen mode right now.
Pallavi, if you're in the presentation, all you have to do is just press page up, page down, and you will get to the relevant cards. Okay.
Okay. No, but it's the arrow keys are not.
Okay, this will also work, Pallavi. I guess for now let's not complicate things and let's get on with it. Yes, please move. Yeah, you can stay on the white screen right now.
Sure.
All right, and just move it as per the timings, and that will be fine with us. Cool. Thank you.
Fine.
Great. All right. So let's start by calling someone. And please, Pallavi, continue to share your screen. Do not unshare your screen for the entire duration of table topics. Pallavi, could you please share the screen and just keep it on the share mode? Do not unshare it. Pallavi, are you able to hear me? Yes, please keep the screen shared. Do not unshare it. Yep. Thanks, Pallavi. All right. Let's start with the topics. And to give a demonstration how a table topic contest would work, I would like to call an experienced Toastmaster who would have an idea of how the table topics would work. The topics will be given in a way: name, topic, name. And the topic will be called only once. Once the topic is provided, with your first facial or verbal gesture, your timing will start. These are the basic rules for the contest. I'd like to call
Padma.
Yeah, I'm doing that. Thanks, Ruvinder. Padma Kumar. Beauty lies in the eyes of beholder. Beauty lies in the eyes of beholder, Padma Kumar.
Isn't it surprising when we look at certain lovey-dovey married couples to see how did this girl get married? Or how did this guy get married? We always wonder that, don't we? Not that we are any better looking, but sometimes we become judgmental. And that is when this saying really makes its mark. Beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. It means that beauty is not in the object. It is inside our brain. It is how our eyes interpret the signals that come in and how it reconstructs the image inside our brain. And as we all know, the patterns that we have been through right from our childhood will decide how we get to view various objects. It's a matter of perspective. Again, let me share a small story with you. I was at the Hanover Fest, and we have the beer garden, which is a part of the Hanover Fest. And here is a scenario where people are crowded into tents, hundreds of people. And for Germany, that is something which is truly, truly remarkable. And there are people sitting close to each other in benches. And the serving is done by big women, really big women, carrying 5 mugs in each hand. They come bouncing up and down. And I keep wondering, oh my God, how do these women get married? Who would marry these women? But then ultimately, after a few rounds, I could see beauty in them. And now I realized the beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Or sometimes beauty also lies in the eyes of the beer holder. Thank you very much. Back to you, table topic master.
Thank you so much, Padma Kumar, for taking part in this. Next, I would like to call Ajay Kumar, and also would like to do one more thing which happens in a table topic contest, which I missed for Padma. Ajay Kumar, could you please turn on your video? And let's do a quick audio and video check as well, which I forgot for the last time. Can you please call which color of the card you can see on the screen right now?
I can see white.
Great. And can you please repeat after me? Water, water everywhere, not a drop to drink.
Water, water everywhere, not a drop to drink.
Great. I can confirm that audio and video sounds good. Ajay Kumar, what goes around comes around. What goes around comes around, Ajay Kumar.
Okay, so as the title says, what goes around comes around. So it tells us that whatever you believe in, whatever your values, principles are in your life, and if you follow that path, so one day or the other day, the same thing will come back to you. So this title is mostly about making oneself believe that he or she should be following his principles, his values in life, and should not feel pressurized from society that what someone will be thinking about themselves, and if they behave like this, like that. So they need to pursue their path and just keep on doing the things which they feel is good. And it might be a struggle that you will not receive what you are giving, or you might feel unmotivated sometimes that life is not going well, but some of the other day it is going to come back, and that day you will always feel special, that you stick to what was your values in life, what was your principle, and you are equally rewarded for that. So yeah, this is what I want to say. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Ajay. And I'm guessing that General Evaluator will provide the evaluations for the table topics. Yeah, cool. All right, thanks. Next, I'd like to call Hina Verma. Could you please unmute yourself and turn your video on? Great. Pallavi, could you please move? Yep. So Hina, could you please unmute yourself?
I hope I'm audible and visible.
Yes. Could you please let us know which color of the card you can see on the screen?
I can see a white card.
Okay. And could you please repeat after me? Water, water everywhere, not a drop to drink.
Water, water everywhere, not a drop to drink.
Thanks. It seems your audio and video sounds good. The topic for you is Hina Verma. Everything is fair in love and war. Everything is fair in love and war. Hina Verma.
War. The moment you can think of war, all I can think of is the Pakistan and India cricket match. For me, there is no better definition of what can war be in the sentiments of every heart where in beating in the nation. That is war. When the Pakistani players are on the ground and our batsmen are trying the best to hit every single ammunition being thrown at them and trying to drive home a 4 or a 6. That is war. Yes. And at that time, whether the batsman takes a forward stroke, a back stroke, or a backstroke, it doesn't matter. As long as we are not hitting into a googly or a deep wicket, we are all good. I wish life was as simple as the war of India-Pakistan, where everything is fair. It doesn't matter where you hit the ball. But unfortunately, that's not really true. Life is all about taking chances and asking yourself, is this war worth fighting for? Is it really that cricket match where it's about 2 players and our ability to demonstrate the best? The question every time I ask myself that, is it really about being fair in a war, or is it about being part of a war altogether? I don't think so. I'm one of those who would want to be in a battle where it's a battle of being fair or unfair. I would rather want to be in a battle where I'm out of the battle altogether. I'm definitely not in a race. That's not the race I want to win at the cost of a war. So for me, everything is fair in love or war as long as I'm on the side of the love and standing on the side and enjoying the beauty of what an India-Pakistan coming together in a good demonstration of culture, of everything beautiful which is available, rather than the spirit of war which we see on the battlefield known as the cricket ground. Thank you, and back to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you so much, Sheena. Next, I would like to request Nasir Khan if he could turn on his video. Great. A quick audio video check for you before we proceed. Can you please confirm the color of the card you can see on the screen?
Yeah, white.
All right. And could you please repeat after me? Water, water everywhere, not a drop to drink.
Water, water everywhere, not to drop a drink.
Great. I can confirm your audio video sounds good. Nasir Khan, out of sight, out of mind. Out of sight, out of mind, Nasir Khan.
Whatever we see, that emphasizes a lot. So whatever we do in our life, the surrounding always impact us. And that is the reason the people say just stay around with good people and also in the good environment. So it plays in both ways. Even you are good and you are with the bad people, with bad company, then definitely after certain amount of time, you will also turn up to that situation. And in other ways as well, if you are some willow line in bad habits or in bad things, and you are staying with the good people and in a good environment, in a good atmosphere, then definitely after certain amount of time, you will also increase your level. So I agree with this quote that, yeah, what means the sight which we are not seeing, that means is out of our mind, and what we see that impact us a lot. Thank you. Over to you, tabletop master.
Thank you so much, Nasir. And we'll have one more topic at this moment. And I would like to request, or anyone who would not to nominate themselves, who have not spoken till now, before I call on someone randomly.
I nominate Pratima Razdan.
Pratima, is she here? Okay, Pratima is here. Okay.
I
Hi,
want
Pratima, could you please-
somebody to second the nomination also.
I second the nomination. Pratima, could you please turn on the video?
Good afternoon. Video will not be a possibility. Please excuse me for that.
All right. Could you please confirm the color of the card you can see on the screen?
White.
Okay. Could you please repeat after me? Water, water everywhere, not a drop to drink.
Water, water everywhere, not a drop to drink.
I can confirm the audio works fine. Pratima Razdan, a bird in the hand is better than two in the bush. A bird in the hand is better than two in a bush. Pratima Razdan.
Thank you so much for this topic. Now in life, sometimes we get greedy in wanting to accumulate things. Sometimes we get overly ambitious in wanting to do one thing after the other. We have a checklist that we want to do this, and then next this. We want to excel in our career, and then probably we want to land our dream house with our dream partner. But what often happens is that such a lack of focus doesn't work. It hasn't worked for me, I would say. And thus, I really do believe that a bird in hand is better than two in the bush, which for me translates that it is better to focus on one thing at a time rather than spreading your wings all around. I know people who are into investing, people who are into making the right business choices would disagree with me and would say that it's better to diversify your eggs into as many baskets as you can. But I wouldn't agree to that. Because for me personally, in my life too, wherever I have tried to accomplish one task, I have had better results. And I would advise the same for my fellow mates, for my friends. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you so much, Pratima. With this, I conclude the table topics section, and I would like to wish all the best to all of you for the next week. Trust me, trophies look good, but they look better when we have our names on them. So please challenge yourself to try and get that trophy and do all the best. That's all from my side. I'd like to hand over the stage back to our team mod, Nimit Mittal.
Thank you very much, Table Topics Master. Come the contest chair of this very own mock contest. So you have this polls in front of you. So please vote for the best table topic speaker of the day. And I'll request in the meanwhile the timer to please unshare your screen. And can I be spotlighted as well? Yeah, thank you very much. And can we all please have a huge round of applause for the Table Topics Master, who gave us the look and feel of how the Table Topics contest looks like, right? And I would request you all to please come on video on mode for a second, if not inconvenient. This is the time I would like you all to please pose for the camera and capture this memory. Yes, you can make up your hair. And yes, be ready for a very quick picture. I would request you all to please be at your best position. And you can all obviously show some good energy, emoticons.
Nimit, do a 3, 2, 1 for emoticons. We'll all show emoticons at the same time.
Absolutely. So when I say 1, you press the emoticon. 3, 2, 1. Have we captured the moment?
Who was capturing the moment? You're asking me to capture the moment?
Yes.
You should say so. Okay. Once again,
All
I'll do
right.
a.
So
Hang on, hang on, hang on.
Padma
hang
sir
on.
is also back. So yes, we
Hang
can
on.
do
Once
it now.
again. 3, 2, 1. Everyone. Okay, I've got as many as possible. I do have Padma with his broad grin, Thalaiva style. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And yes, after that interesting, exciting table topic section, it is now time that we move on to the third contest which we have, or for that matter, the third aspect of table of Toastmasters education, that is one of the most important aspect as well, evaluations. So talking about the evaluation speech contest, here there would be one test speaker who would be delivering a speech of 5 to 7 minutes, which would be evaluated by all the contestants participating. And so there would be only one speech evaluated by all the contestants. It would be an oral evaluation, which would be done one by one. The first contestant, like the table topics contest, would remain in the room, while the other would be escorted to a breakout room temporarily and would be called up one by one. The contestants would be given initially of 5 minutes to note down the evaluations, and they can do that on a piece of paper, and then they would be asked to stop writing, and once they come back on the stage to deliver their evaluations, and that is the time they can pick their sheet back up to refer their notes and give the evaluation. All right, so as far as the eligibility is concerned, there's no any explicit eligibility like table topics. You again need to be a paid member of the club, and your club should be in a good standing. And at Spearhead Toastmasters, we have this contest on 19th of December. This is one contest which I really always look forward to, because we know that feedback is the breakfast of champions, and this particular contest aims to find the champion of feedback. On that note, let us bring the team who has been evaluating us all during this meeting, headed by our general evaluator, Toastmaster Surjit.
Thank you, Nimit, for such a wonderful theme. You explained everything and told us what about the contest and how we can go for contest. So moving ahead to our general evaluation, now it's time to call the evaluator for our first speaker, or our only speaker, Harshil. So let's welcome distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder Singh on stage for the evaluation for the Harshil speech.
Do I look like I'm 49 years old? Do not answer that question. But you will agree that the moment I asked you that question, you felt an urge to answer if you were listening to me. And that is what a question does. And that is why I say that a question is the best way to open a speech. And that is what our speaker did today. Great job there, Harshil. Let me tell you what else I liked. I loved his vocal variety. I loved how he used the pitch and the volume to bring his speech alive. If I was listening to his speech on a radio, I don't think that the impact would have been any less. But what complemented that vocal variety was his facial expressions. Harshil had an expression for every moment of the speech, and that gave the speech yet another dimension. Now, in a speech with so many dimensions, what possibly could have been better? For one, I would like our speaker to work on his eye contact. When you are working off a screen, it is natural to look at the screen and not at the camera. For example, right now I'm looking at the screen and now I'm looking at the camera. You'll notice the difference. It establishes a connect. It's a very simple way to do it. Take a post-it note, look here and paste it right next to your camera. You will never ever look anywhere else. The second thing that I wanted the speaker to work on is the language. He used a word spelled as ASS. Now, if you're giving it in a controlled environment, some people might find that offensive. A better word could be behind. So focus on that. Last, but by no means the least, I would like the speaker to end the speech the way he started, with a question. What this does is it establishes reinforcement. It makes the audience recall, yes, this is the question that was asked to me. Harshil, I'm giving you a couple of challenges. Next time when you write a speech, I want you to ask yourself, number one, how do I want the audience to feel? And number two, what do I want the audience to do? Once you do that, you will find that ending with a question makes sense. You will find that using the right words makes sense. And you will find that when you make eye contact, it makes sense. What else did I like from your speech? I loved your hand gestures. I loved the message. I loved the guiding light. And I promise you one thing, Harshil, I will do my best to be or remain a guiding light for whosoever needs it. Thank you so very much. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder Singh, for such a comprehensive evaluation about the Harshil speech. And now, before we call our tag team, I would go with our table topic evaluation. First speaker was A. Padma Kumar. Beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Padma started with his opinion and about the topic and explained that topic very well by telling us the story about the topic, and he used the Oreo technique. But so I don't have any recommendation for you. Second speaker was Ajay Kumar. What goes around, what comes. He started very well, and first he gave his opinion and then explained that very well. One thing I found missing was summary. Summary was little abrupt, so you need to work on some. The third speaker was Hina Verma. Everything is fair in love and war. She started well with her opinion and then explained the topic very well. She gave the example of India, Pakistan to support her opinion. She used the Oreo sport technique and she summarized the topic very well. So there is no recommendation from my side. Fourth speaker was Nasir Khan. He started very well and he very well explained the topic. And what I found that his summary of the speech was missing, or we can say a little abrupt. So need to work on that. Fifth speaker was Pratima. She started with opinion and then explained it very well by giving examples to support her opinion. So there is no recommendation from my side. Now, moving on to our tag team. So first of all, I would like to call Grammarian on stage to present her report.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters. I would like to present my report as follows. There were some really good usages of words. First by the first speaker, Harshal, who used snapshot of those thoughts, materialistic pleasure, strongly advocated, stepped into mute's boot, and one was establishes reinforcement, and some really good words used by Mr. Padma Kumar, reconstruct, perspective, truly remarkable, and one by Hina Verma. She used this word ammunition, which is quite rare, and some good usages were some recommendations from my side are in this meanwhile can be used as meanwhile we can share. I could request you can be said as I request you to share your screen. Not the moment can be said as not at this moment. Move it as per the timings can be said as move it as per the time. And give and demonstration can be said as give a demonstration. Um, and here goes my report. Thank you so much.
Thank you, grammarian, for such a wonderful report. Now move on to our second tag role, counter, Rama Chopde. Rama Chopde, over to you.
Thank you so much, Suji. Now I would like to share my screen first. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. As a counter, my role was to keep a track of your R's, arms, and filler words. Now I would like to start with, first of all, I would like to congratulate the speakers who spoke flawlessly, including Paramita, Rupinder, Harshil, Nitin, Padma Kumar, Hina, and Pratima. And my recommendation is for those who used arms and repetition, so, and take pauses to work on your filler words. And in today's meeting, filler word was the most popular word, and it was used by 22 times. And the next popular filler word was so, which was used for 5 times. And next pauses taken for 3 times, and repetition were 2 times. Thank you so much. Over to Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, counter Rama Chopde, for such a wonderful report. Now move on to our third tag role, timer. Our timer
thank you so much.
Over.
Yeah,
okay.
Thank you so much. I'll share my screen. So 1 second. So that's my report. So everybody have delivered their speech within a time limit. So I congratulate everybody. So thank you so much. I'll share this report over WhatsApp group as well. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Taima Pallavi, for such a brief report. Now move on to our overall meeting. So meeting started on time, Priyamada read the mission statement very well, and she welcomed the PO on stage very well and handed over the stage to him. PO welcomed the guest and handed over the stage to Timur very well, and the way he used to hand over the stage to our Timur, that we usually do in when we call speaker or table topic speaker on stage, that he took name, then topic and then name. I like the way that, because that is very much aligned to our theme of the meeting. So move on to our Timur. Timur, you are always awesome, and you explained everything about the contest very well, because this is the need, because we have contest next week. So everybody should have a knowledge about the contest, what is contest and how they can prepare for it. So thank you, Timur, for such a topic, so that everyone could learn from it. Now, our table topic master, you done a awesome job. You created a environment where like a table topic contest. So because we have never seen this environment in club meeting, and what you created it here and explained to all the role players or all the participants in this meeting, so they can have a glimpse of what is the how the contest goes. It was like a mock test for everyone. So I thank you for this. Now move on to our evaluator. As usual, you are always awesome. You gave your recommendation in a very motivating way. So move on to our grammarian. She wonderfully, now there is a best auxiliary role player voting in front of you. Please vote for the best auxiliary role player. Now, continuing with my report, grammarian, she wonderfully read the report and presented the report very well. And she named those people who have used the word of the day and the other words which we can learn. So it was really a nice report. What one recommendation is from my side is that you can use the screen sharing. Though I know that you have taken this role at the last moment by volunteering for it. Now move on to Akontar. She wonderfully presented the report with screen sharing. Recommendation from my side is, if you could summarize the report so that everyone can have a glimpse of overall report. So this is the recommendation from my side. Now timer provided the report in very brief manner. So and this is and we have time for 1 minute, I think 2 to 3 minutes time for presenting our report. So with just presenting the report with this little bit of time, you are disqualified. So I think you need to work on this so that you can at least cover 1 minute 30 seconds to present your reports. That's all from my side. And now I hand over the stage back to our Toastmaster of the day, Nim Mittal.
Thank you very much, Mr. General Evaluator and your team of evaluators. We certainly feel that we have learned something today, some scope of improvement. And thank you very much for that, making this meeting, making these 2 hours worthwhile. So in the end, I would just like to thank you all for being part of this meeting and taking up roles and whatnot, right? Would like to ask you if you have any questions for that matter related to contest. I'm happy to answer right away. Anyone, any questions, any doubts regarding any of the 3 contests?
Hello.
Hello, yes.
I would just like to know about this color and what that indicates, green, yellow, and all.
Thank you, Ajay. So these are the timer cards. These are nothing but signals by the timer today that basically every speech in Toastmasters is timed so that we don't go overboard and we qualify as per the timing criteria. So green is the minimum qualifying time, and then followed by yellow, which is like a indication that you may want to wrap up your speech now, and the red is the last signal where which indicates that you should be now completing and closing your speech. So these are the timer cards. Okay, you will get to know more about that once you associate more with Toastmasters.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so I sense no further questions. And on that note, I would also like to thank many of my fellow Toastmasters from this club who have been part of contests here and there. So starting with Toastmaster Surjit, who was playing the contest chair for the first time today morning, but he has been part of various other contests in different capacities. Thank you, Surjit, for your service. Then Toastmaster Surbhi, who too took up the mantle of the contest chair last week for the first time and is supporting us in a big way. Then we have Toastmaster Herschel, who is the newly, he's the find of Toastmasters, I feel, of our club, who is helping us out in the Sergeant at Arms and Techmaster duties. Then we have Toastmaster Rama Chopre, who has been playing the timer role in the contest as well, and looking forward to your support going forward. And then we have Toastmaster Pallavi, who too has joined the bandwagon, has supported as a timer, and yeah, looking forward to work with you even more. So thank you and very much. And last, I would leave you with a call to action. I would leave you with a homework. That is, first, you should nominate yourself for the upcoming contest to the contest chair or whosoever is taking care of it. So, and secondly, so we have the table topics contest lined up on 28th November, that is next week. So please nominate yourself to the contest chair, then make yourself eligible for the international speech contest, right? If you are not a chartering member, so please make sure that you complete your level 2. And then again, like all these people, nominate yourself to play a role in contest and gain that experience. And you can also very well be trained as a chief judge or voting judges as well, and you can come up as a judge for that contest as well. So for more information, you can very well reach out to me personally and to Surjit and other senior Toastmasters. So thank you very much. It was pleasure being your Toastmaster today. And I would now like to hand over to the distinguished Toastmaster, Rupinder Singh, to declare the results of the winners today and also share his closing thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you. What a wonderful meeting and some very interesting thoughts around contests. Personally, when asked why I joined Toastmasters, well, I joined to become a better trainer. And if you watch this movie called Speak, it's I think about the 2012 World Championship of Public Speaking, the year when Rashunda Rondel, who's unfortunately no more, became the world champion of public speaking. She gave her speech through the illness. Watch it. It's once in a lifetime experience. I'll share the URL with you. But in that, there is this dialogue. It's where the person says that everyone joins Toastmasters for a reason. Even the more accomplished speaker, they join Toastmasters for a reason. And they say that I'll see where it goes. And then they hear about the international speech contest. And that is where everything, whatever they came for, goes for a toss, because now everyone wants to win that international speech contest. That is what a Toastmasters contest does for you. It's been doing that for me for the last 7 years that I've been in Toastmasters, 6 years and counting that I've been in Toastmasters. And I would want everybody in this club to participate. If you're not a member of this club, do join this club so that you can participate in the table topics contest next week. How to join? You can get in touch with me. Let me now move over to our guests and ask them how they liked the meeting. I will start with Priyamvada, our grammarian. Priyamvada, how did you feel about your role as grammarian? Did she just run away? Because that would be the ultimate insult, right? You ask people and they would run away. It's like asking people in a group to come to a meeting and they start leaving the group. Okay, Priyamvada doesn't seem to be available. Let's ask table topic master, Nitin Pathak.
Yeah, thanks, Rupinder. I've been here once before. It's been fun in this meeting. And I am assuming this is a community club, right?
It is a community.
Yeah, I think I soon might be out of my corporate club, so might be seeking, I will be anyway auditioning for a few more clubs, and I'm glad that this is another good group which meets at a good time. This is a good
You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome.
Yes, thank you so much for having me here and giving me this opportunity to conduct this mock contest. And if you ever have time to attend meeting of our club at Saturday noon, TCS Maitree Gurgaon Toastmasters. Rupinder, you haven't been there in a while. I think you should come. You should also try and attend. Otherwise, new people will not even know who you are. So that's not a good thing that people of TCS Maitree Gurgaon Toastmasters Club not knowing who you are. That's a massive problem, right? So you should try and attend more often. Thank you.
Ironically, when they had physical meetings on Thursday from 1 to 2, I found time to attend their
Yes,
meetings.
that's what I've heard.
And worst part was I was working at that time when I found that time. And now I'm not able to find a time on a weekend when I'm not working.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's ask. Ajay, how did you like the meeting? Ajay Kumar, are you there? Going once, going twice, and sold. Padma, I saved the best for the last.
No, it was really a very well-conducted meeting and very, very appropriate considering the contests are just around the corner. I must say that contest is not to gloat on our skills or to dodge our flaws. It is actually to confront our fears and drag ourselves out, screaming if needed. And I think you are doing the right thing, encouraging all eligible members to participate in the contest and take benefit of that. So thank you so much for the great experience.
Thank you very much, Padma. Greatly appreciated. Now, when it comes to the polls, I'll just share the results with you. I will work on the certificates later. The best auxiliary role player, congratulations, Toastmaster Priyamvada, for playing your role as grammarian. Great job done. For the best role player, we had table topic master Nitin conducting his session like a contest. Great job done. And for the best table topic speaker, we had 5 of them. So in order from 1, 2, and 3, from 3, 2, and 1, third best table topic speaker, Ajay Kumar. Let's have a huge round of applause. Pratima was speaker number 2, and the usual suspects, Kaiser Soze. That is a character from the usual suspect. I mean, A. Padma Kumar. Great job. And with that, I will stop the recording.